Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. In honour of the G7 summit, we've come to Mount Recyclemore. It's Thursday, the 10th of June 2021, and the world leaders are gathering in Carbis Bay in Cornwall for the G7 summit.
Yeah, they could have brought the weather with them. It's not very nice today. 2 weeks of glorious sunshine, the world leaders arrive. Got mist and fog today. Never mind. But we're in Gwithian today. We're walking slightly down the coast path towards Carbis Bay. But there's something on the coast path I want to show you, Sarah.
Yes. Well, I know what it is. You've already told me.
Okay. They don't know.
Are you going to tell them?
We're going to see a special art installation which has been created to provide a peaceful protest, a thought-provoking protest for the G7 leaders. Yeah,
so it's an intelligent kind of way of protesting about the amount of electrical goods that the Western developed world tends to just throw away.
I'm really excited.
So am I! If you've never clicked on anything that we've done on our channel before, my name is Sarah.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
And we've had a YouTube channel exploring Cornwall for the last 4.5–5 years. So Carbis Bay is right beside us here, the bay that sweeps towards St Ives, and what has really struck me is quite funny. On our dank, dull, misty day, the sun is shining and illuminating the beach at Carbis Bay. How weird. So where are we exactly? We're in the Towns or dunes near Gwithian and Hayle. We started off closer to Gwithian and just walking along the southwest coast path we'll pass St Ives Bay Holiday Park. We're aiming for Sandy Acres where the art installation is. This is Mount Recyclemore. It's a sculpture of the G7 leaders shaped like Mount Rushmore, made from electronic waste and has been erected in Cornwall ahead of the G7 summit. It aims to highlight the growing problem caused by disposal of electronic devices. Sculptor Joe Rush said he hoped it will show that these devices need to be easily reusable or recyclable. He said they need to be repairable or made to last longer because this stuff is going into landfill.
According to the UN, more than 53 million tonnes of e-waste was generated worldwide in 2019.
Mr. Rush was commissioned by Magpie to create this art piece, and it has been installed across the bay from Carbis Bay Hotel, where the G7 summit is being held. The sculpture depicts the 7 leaders. The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is on the left, Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, French President Emmanuel Macron, Italy's Prime Minister Mario Draghi, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel and US President Joe Biden. The sculpture is causing quite a stir, isn't it? People are really interested. Yeah. What's the problem going to be like then? What do you think?
It's incredible, isn't it?
So Boris is made of foams.
Sort of skin-coloured foams as well, aren't they? All the foam covers.
Gold and rose pink, aren't they? A few keyboards.
I love what they've done with his hair.
Let's have a look at his hair. So that's the backs of old PlayStation 3s.
Yeah, and they got old phones hanging down as well. It looks like unkept hair.
That's a bit right, isn't it? That's a vacuum cleaner hose, isn't it? And some fans.
Maybe his teeth out of it.
No idea. Little white things. Don't know. I think the sculpture itself is really well done. You can identify each leader. Boris's hair is chaos, Angela Merkel's hair is the right colour, and Joe Biden, maybe those motherboards, the old processing boards, are more like the kind of symbolism for Silicon Valley and the American dominance of the world's computer industry.
Yeah. Oh, so are we sending them the content they're editing? Or
so basically...
That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the message, isn't it? So it's to recycle more. They've obviously chosen electronic components because it's been sponsored by Magpie, which in the UK here promote that sort of thing. So you can buy the things that other people are selling to give them another lease of life, effectively. But
best way to recycle,
it is,
isn't
and
it?
ultimately, when those electronic components die, then make sure you recycle them properly. And wouldn't it be lovely if you could actually repair things like in the old days as well? It doesn't happen anymore, does it?
No, shame really. Well, it's very thought-provoking. The materials, it's really hard to identify some of them. Some are so obvious, like the phone cases and the iPads. The vacuum cleaners and the toasters, you can see them quite easily. I wonder if the world leaders can actually see it over in Carbis Bay.
So Mount Recyclemore here is facing out, looking across the bay, across the Golden Sands, over to Carbis Bay and St Ives in the distance. And I'm sure on a sunny day, all the important world leaders at the G7 might be able to see it glinting in the Cornish sunshine.
We're just going to head down to the coast, actually go down on the beach, have a look at Carbis Bay. There's lots of differences in Cornwall at the moment. Some are really highly visible, others are just astonishing. It's really weird. The headland out there is St Ives. We're right down by the water now. There is a frigate to the right of the headland. A naval frigate guarding St Ives. So having naval frigates in the bay at St Ives...
Did you ever think you'd see this in Cornwall, Sarah?
No!
It's like we're at war, isn't it?
I know, but normally politics and world leaders are so detached from us. London is so far away, isn't it? You don't get this ripple or vibe of anything happening in the world.
We're that quiet backwater where nothing seems to happen.
Except tourism.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
It's Carbis Bay over there, Sarah. I think I can see Boris. Oh, I can see Joe. I can see Angela. They're up behind you up there.
Can you actually see it from here?
You can, yeah.
I bet on a sunny day that would glint in the sunshine and it would catch their attention. So from here you can actually make out the faces. Macron is the shiniest with all those silvery components, isn't he?
Actually made Joe look a lot younger as well. Wonder what his warranty is.
So what would your questions to the world leaders be?
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
Part of the Brexit deal was Boris promising a really good trade deal to the fishermen in Newlyn. So if I had the world leaders in front of me now, I think I'd ask Boris, have you been back to Newlyn since Brexit? Have you been brave enough? I'd say to Joe Biden, do you think you can convince Americans to quit their gas-guzzling cars? And I think I'd say to Angela Merkel that I really admire her as a female role model, and how much do you think she's influenced young people today, young women in particular, that they can get to the top?
I've got a question for Boris.
What's that?
My question to Boris is, how is it possible these days for the youngsters in Cornwall to actually stay in Cornwall, to keep the talent here? Because they just can't afford to live here, can they? The prices of houses have gone up so much.
And the minimum wage is a favourite wage for youngsters.
A lot of the jobs down here are minimum wage jobs, and you know, so many young Cornish people, talented people as well, are having to move away just to make a living, aren't they?
Well, we've told our kids, just don't even think about it, just get a degree and go off somewhere else.
Yeah, and it's a shame because ultimately the Cornish people won't be in Cornwall.
No, we'll be driven out.
Yeah. Sneeze, hang on. No, it's gone.
I was going to ask you, what do you think they're going to have for their tea?
What, the G7 leaders?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, a nice bit of fish, I reckon.
Not pasty?
No, they'll have that for the dinner time, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so pasty for dinner,
yeah.
Fish and chips for tea.
Yeah, fish and chips. I reckon they'd have it from Beck's Fish and Chip Shop in Carbis Bay. Best fish and chip shops around.
Not microchips.
Oh, very good. So is this video about recycling, Sarah?
Yeah.
I'm going to recycle some of my puns then.
Oh no.
It's shocking. It's electrifying.
So you're a fan of that art installation?
Very good. It's not a plug, by the way. This isn't a plug for Music Magpie. We don't do that sort of thing.
Andrew?
Yeah?
You know when you can't come up with a pun?
Yes.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Very good. Don't skip the ads. Don't skip your rubbish either.
That's
Recycle it.
Yeah. So we can't get anywhere near Carbis Bay and the world leaders. This is about the closest as locals, unimportant locals that we can get.
Yeah, but you're going to see a lot of Cornwall on the telly this weekend, and hopefully the sun will come out and it will show it off in its absolute gloriousness.
But the message today, takeaway message today, is reuse, recycle, repair.
Yeah.
When was the last time you repaired instead of replaced? Just think about it.
It's good for the environment, it's good for your wallet.
This is not a paid endorsement. We've not been paid to make this video. We did it because it's close to our heart. It's something we actually live by, isn't it? To reuse and recycle.
We think it's really interesting. We think they've done a great job up there, and they've got their point across, I think.
And we wanted to pay a nod to the G7 being in Cornwall. It's so exciting. It's an important event.
If you are interested though in finding more out about the Mount Recyclemore project, then have a look at the Music Magpie's website. We'll leave a link at the end.
Enjoyed our video today, then please give us a thumbs up. And if you are coming down to Cornwall and you're interested particularly in walking, that's the main thing about our channel. You'll find loads of ideas for places to visit and walks to do on our channel. Please consider subscribing.